Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. You should check out my website, welshaudio.com. Everything ships for free. The prices that you see is the prices that you'll pay at checkout. Enjoy the video.
All right, guys, welcome back for another one. Look at what we got this week. A 10K? Holy cow. Guys, I think the largest amps that I've ever had on my bench, whether they really did their power or what they claimed, was 8Ks. I think I've had 2 or 3 8Ks. I don't think I've ever had one even claim a 10K. But this one's really got my interest. It's the Soundstream AR1-10000D. We got to check this one out. All right, let's look at this a little bit closer. It's pretty long there. Let me get over here and get a tape measure. I don't do this very often, but now look, this is just the box. I don't know if you can see that. 22 inches, roughly. Yeah, it's pretty much right at 22 inches for the box. Now the amp's not going to be that big, and I'm not saying that's the biggest amp we've ever had on here, but this is significantly longer than what we normally see. You know, I've not done a good job here lately at going around looking at the box like I always used to do. Nothing too special there. Y'all have already seen the majority of what the box. Okay, so here on the back is a little bit. Yes, right down here in the bottom left corner, we have some ratings. 1K at 4 ohm, 1800 at 2, 3000 at 1 ohm. Okay, so it's really a 3K with a 10,000 watt max rating. There's some of the other stuff if anybody's interested. Okay, so I'll be honest with you, even if this thing does 3K, I'm going to be impressed. We'll talk about price and stuff, but I haven't unboxed it yet, guys. We're doing that together. Here's our manual. We do have the big boy in the lineup. I'll check that out, let you know if there's anything. Plastic bass knob. This looks like the same. We've seen this same knob several times, I believe. It is a telephone style. What else do we have in here? There's 4 screws. Guys, I got y'all set up on a little bit different angle this time. Just trying to fit this in here the best I can while it's in the mount. Most of the video will not be in the mount, but I've got to use both of my hands for this portion of the video. So pretty good size amp. Is it gonna be a 3K? That would be impressive. I mean, I don't know why they put 10 on there. We see it all the time though. I'm glad they at least are saying those other ratings instead of just leaving it as a 10K with no other ratings when they know it's not a 10K. Man, it looks good. This is a little bit of a different look from what we see normally these days. It is really slick looking, honestly. It looks good. Check out that logo. Is that? Okay, it's like a mirror. I couldn't tell. It was so dark looking on there. It kind of looked black. Then we got some orange for the arachnid. Let's see. All right, while we're here, let's check out the end. Yeah, this really is a different angle, isn't it? Power and protect. There's the input for the bass knob. I say input, it's just the jack for the bass knob. Input and output RCAs, that's cool. Gain, low pass, 40 hertz to 180 hertz, subsonic off, and 50 hertz on the high end. Frequency 30 hertz to 80 hertz. That's going to be for the boost, and then how much boost, 0 dB to 12 dB. So let me hang on. Did I look at that wrong? Yeah, the subsonic 0 to 50. Did I say that? I don't know. I might have said that wrong. Guys, y'all know I'm not very well polished at all. And I'm okay with that, honestly. Speaker outs, you just get one of each. They are large. Those are 4 gauge. They're the same as the power and ground. So I can just tell by looking at it, these are 4 gauge with a smaller remote. So yeah, 4 gauge. It's a little bit laughable, right? An amp that claims 10,000 watts and it's got 4 gauge power and ground. That's definitely a little on the small side for a 3K even. So we'll see. We will. Oh yeah, what's the bottom? Nothing too special about the bottom. All right, let's look at that manual real quick. I usually chime back in for this part, but we'll keep the camera rolling. There's some ratings for some of these other models. Y'all can zoom in or pause. Let's see. So we've got I guess they're all Class Ds. Looks like they've all got a D behind the model number. But we got that 3000, 5000, 7500, 10K, and then a 4-channel and a 2-channel. Now that's going to be interesting. I wonder if that 2-channel is actually a Class D. I'm not sure, but so the 3K, for example, let's look at that. So RMS, it's 500 watts, 850, 1250. The 5K is 2200. The 7500 is a 15. Look at that. Is that a misprint? Guys, something's not right. The 3K is 1250 watts RMS. The 5K is 2200, and the 7500 is 1500 watts. Yeah. And the other ones are in between there too. So even at 2 ohm and 4 ohm, the power rating they've got between the 3K and the 5K for the 7500. Let me get y'all in closer to see what I'm talking about there. All right, what kind of fusing? That's always the next thing that I want to look at. For this 10K, NA for all these monoblocks. And then for the 2-channel, I'm sorry, the 4-channel, they do say 20 by 2, 35 by 2 for the 2-channel. There's the dimensions for anybody that wants to look at the dimensions. So NA on the fuse. We didn't have a fuse in the amp, right? No fuse in the amp. That's interesting to have no fuse in the amp and no rating for a, recommended external fusing in the book. So, all right, I'll quit yakking. Let's get this thing wired up. We got to find out what this thing does. I'm super interested in this. These are my favorite amp dynos. I love doing Class D monoblocks, the best, especially rated to go to 1 ohm. And I love to do the dynos with you guys and find out what they do on camera. I rarely do them. Occasionally I might do one off camera for whatever reason, but I like finding out on video how much does it do. And I'm really interested in this one because the ratings are so big. All right, let me get it wired up. Guys, I don't know how I didn't catch that a minute ago. I know y'all did. I was just so busy looking at everything. So yeah, different ratings on the box than what's in the manual. So remember that box is 1K, 1800, 3K for 4, 2, and 1 ohm. But the manual is 1500 at 4, 2500 at 1, and 4K I'm sorry. It's 2500 by 1. That's what messed me up. 2500 at 2 ohms and 4K at 1 ohm. Now, here's what's interesting, too, because you would think, well, one of them's RMS and the other one's, whatever. Or one of them's basically certified and the other one's uncertified. But what's funny is the box is the one that doesn't say if it's RMS or not, but the manual that has the higher ratings actually says RMS. So yeah, very squirrely and inconsistent on the ratings here. So is this a 3K or a 4K? I don't know. Let's find out. All right, guys, here we go. The first test is going to be the 4 ohm test, rated 1,000 watts according to the box and 1,500 watts according to the manual. Are we going to see either one of those numbers? Let's find out. 40 hertz for all the testing with this amp. This amp is made for subwoofers. So 40 hertz for all tests. Here we go. Oh, 762. It jumped a little bit right there at the end, and the voltage did drop to 14.6. And the current draw, it's kind of hard to say, that is 88.8. All right, so look. I don't know. It missed its numbers, but I will say this, 762 right out of the gate for 4 ohms does look like this amp is capable of a little bit of power. Let's do 40 hertz, 4 ohms, dynamic. All right. Dynamic, what are we going to see? What do we see, 762? All right, yeah. Got some headroom. 827. All right, golly, this thing might end up putting out some decent numbers. I don't know, but it didn't do what it was rated. That's always a bummer. All right, let's do 2 ohms. All right, at 2 ohms, it's rated 1,800 according to the box and 2,500 according to the manual. What's it gonna do? Here we go. Let's roll it up. 40 hertz. 1331. The voltage dropped to 14.4, and the current draw was 165.5. Okay. All right, let's do 2 ohms dynamic. All right, dynamic. How much are we gonna see out of it? All right. That's not bad power, to be honest. It's not what they say, but hard to hate on that too much. Stick around to the end of the video, guys. We'll talk about the price and stuff, but I can't wait to see what it does on this 1 ohm. All right, let's try 1 ohm. All right, guys, this is the big one. 1 ohm, rated 3,000 watts on the box, 4,000 watts in the manual. We know we're going to drop a little below 14.4 because we did on the 2 ohm run. Well, I say that if it don't do any more power, it might not, but it should. All right, so 40 hertz, rated 3,000 and 4,000. What are we gonna see? Here we go. 2077. The voltage did drop to 14.0, and the current draw was 281.6. Golly. Guys, it didn't do it. It missed them by a lot, and look at that. 10K? 2K? But here's the other dilemma. 2K is quite a bit of power. You can do a lot with 2,000 watts. All right, let's do 1 ohm dynamic. See if we can do more than 2077. All right. All right, let's unpause the track. More than 2077? Oh, dang. 2687. You can hear it. Yeah, I'm going to call it the 2687. I don't know. I was rolling the volume down when it jumped. 2687 is what I thought. There's not a lot of difference there between them two though, but guys, 2700 watts dynamically. All right, this is putting out more power than most people's stock electrical can handle, to be honest. I know a lot of people don't understand that. I know a lot of you guys do understand that, but the truth is not many people can actually support an amp like this with stock electrical and see those kinds of numbers. Anyhow, I'm really torn on this one. Y'all let me know, because I'll tell you the price here in a minute, because y'all know the price kind of always matters, whether it does a little bit of watts or a whole lot of watts. What you pay for those watts always makes a difference in how people feel about the amp. So yeah, let me we're gonna do a gut shot too. We're gonna check out the insides on this thing. All right, I decided I want to do that 1 ohm dynamic one more time, because I was turning the volume down. This time I'm going to let it run until that track is finished. Let's see what it does this time. Yeah, it was 2680 something, and then as I was rolling the volume down, it jumped to 2720 something. Okay, 2660. All right, guys, let's listen to it, right? We got to put this thing on some subwoofers. Yeah, let's roll it over there and let's listen to it. All right, guys, we're going to listen to it. We're over here at those two Scar 12s. Man, what do y'all think I should replace those Scars with? I keep going back and forth. Who is giving more recognition to Scar subs than I have? There's probably people that have, but I'm just saying, we talk about those two Scar 12s all the time. It's kind of crazy. Man, they've been troopers too. Gosh, I've pushed those things hard at times. We're fixing to push them hard right now. They're not rated for what we're fixing to give them, but they've been really good subs. But I just always felt like those were good representations of the kind of stuff that people are running. All right, I need to quit yakking. Let's listen to these things. Up there on top. I had those turned up just a little bit higher than I should have, but 2157, I was kind of watching it as it climbed. It really is giving that kind of power dynamic pretty easy too, honestly. I could have turned it up more, but those subs was already not liking that a whole lot. Guys, this amp's pretty stout, honestly. I wish it wasn't claiming to be a 10K. But hey, speaking of, what other amps? Isn't there there's a large power acoustic. I can't remember what version. I have to look into it. Is it like a Vertigo? Or is it the Ice? I don't remember. But doesn't Power Acoustic have like a big 10K? I've seen it a few times. I've started to get it a few times. I can't remember exactly which amp it is, but are y'all interested in seeing that? Guys, I usually have a few amps in stock. Like right now, I've got 2 others that I've purchased that are just sitting here ready for the next couple of weeks. But yeah, let me know what other big budget, just outlandish claimed amplifiers would y'all like to see that's similar to this one. So anyhow, let's get over there. Let's get the back plate off of it. We've got to see what the gut shot looks like. All right, guys, y'all know what that means. It's the gut shot. let's check it out. This is the only portion of this video, I guess, that I saw before y'all did. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Bam. All right. So if you're like me, I mean, you got to know that a 2,000 watt amp, it's going to have a little bit of guts, especially, you know, a half bridge. But yeah, these are some pretty good sized transformers. Some big old fat caps. What size are those? 3,300 microfarad, 100 volt. Yeah, all 4 of those. Pretty cool. It says Soundstream on it right there. Y'all let me know what you think. It was a little bit funny, but off camera, I was playing with these wires a little bit, and I was thinking, man, I swear that's CCA. They are very like lightweight and flimsy. I always kind of wondered on the amps that are still using, you know, wires like that. Not all amps do that, by the way, but some of your more older designs will have that. But I've always kind of wondered what the quality of that wire is. I can't find anything written on that wire, but I swear that's CCA. You know how it is when you feel CCA as opposed to copper wires. But anyhow, there's actually some decent guts in here for a, you know, modern day Soundstream. Also, when I was taking off I noticed right here, check this out. This thing was made, I had to mess up the thing, by the way, June of 22. So I just bought this brand new recently off Amazon, and it's already, I mean, I guess that's probably not that big of a deal, to be honest. I've got some WA2Ks that are a year old now. Yeah, and I know those are solid as can be. Now that's more like coming up on 3 years, but still, if they're kept in a decent spot for storage, they're probably good for a long time, to be honest. But let me know what y'all think about the gut shot. Let me know what you think about this amp as a whole, and what it put out versus what it claims. Guys, I'm gonna put the plate back on, and then we're gonna talk about what this thing costs. I'll put a link in the description for where I bought it, and I want to chat with you about a couple of other things. But let's get this plate put back on. Guys, I almost forgot. This amp on Amazon right now, and what I paid for it, is $167.99, and with tax, $181.43 is what I paid for it. So less than $200. Tell me what y'all think. Is that a good deal? Is that not a good deal? But you know, it put out some pretty good power. We're not talking about something that was $300 or $400, but there's definitely some good choices out there on the market these days for sure. But it's not like this thing was real expensive. So y'all let me know what you think about that. All right, let's get on to filling out the card and discussing a couple of other things. All right, guys, let's see. There's a lot of different numbers I could write down on this one, but what I feel the most confident about writing down is that 2077 40 hertz 1 ohm uncertified. Y'all know it did quite a bit more than that dynamic, and sometimes I write the dynamic number. I don't know, but I like the uncertified numbers mostly. Guys, this one's been pretty cool. I've enjoyed testing this one. I really have. I'd like to test some more big budget amps. That'd be a lot of fun. A couple things, guys. I have created, it's been a little bit back, haven't done anything with it yet, but I have created a Welsh Audio Facebook page that I would like to get pretty active on there, to be honest. You'll see it also says Stereo Mojo on there as well, but it's Welsh Audio is the name of the page. So man, those of y'all that have Facebook and you like Facebook and you use Facebook, go on there, and it is like a business type page, so I don't think you can send a friend request. I think it's one of the ones where you you follow it or you like it or whatever you do with it. It's one of those kind of pages, but eventually I want to get to where I'm using that quite a bit. That's going to be a much better platform for getting out information, giveaways, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, check out the Welsh Audio Facebook page. Don't forget, Welsh is with an S and not a C. Yeah, let's get that thing built up a little bit, and let's start using that Facebook page a little bit. That would be cool. Also, I'm working on some merch for Welsh Audio. Is what I decided. I actually considered. I thought, would people rather have Stereo Mojo merch or Welsh Audio merch? But ultimately, I think Welsh Audio, because people buying amplifiers and things like that would probably. I don't know. I know that it's probably some of both, honestly. Let me know what y'all think about that. But I am working on a little bit of merch. I want to come out with some stuff that I like and that I think looks good and that type of stuff. But I'll let you know when that stuff's available. It will be for sale on my website, welshaudio.com. I don't know if I'll put the merch on eBay or not. I mean, I guess it's possible. But anyhow, let me know if you're interested in merch, and if so, what you'd like to see. Anyhow, guys, we're having a blast. That's the main reason why I do this, is because it's fun and it's a hobby, and I love interacting with you guys, and that is the number one reason why I do this, honestly. I'm able to make a little bit of money here and there nowadays with it as well, but that's not the real reason why I do it. So this is why I do it. This was a lot of fun this week too, and I've got some cool stuff coming up in the weeks to come. But guys, interacting with y'all each week is always a blast. Sometimes y'all know I'm pretty good in the comments about communicating with you guys. I love doing that as long as I have the time to do so. And sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes here lately I have to find, like let the comments go for a little bit, and then when I can sit down and take the time and comment back to you guys. I want to always do that as much as I can. I don't know what's in the future for the channel. I know that some of these guys that have big channels, we're coming up on 5K, by the way. I think the last time I looked earlier today, I'm only like 31 subscribers from hitting the 5K mark, which is pretty exciting. Anyhow, it's been a lot of fun. But yeah, the guys that have big channels, oh man, I don't know how they do with their comments, but it's probably a whole lot to deal with. But y'all know I'm pretty active in the comments. I like communicating with you guys. It's one of the things that I enjoy the most, to be honest. But thank y'all so much for the support, and we'll see you next time.